Smushins, why are you staring at this Ghost Hunters signatures from Grant and Jason that I got about, 4 years ago? Almost 4 years ago. That's crazy. It's been 4 years, almost. And there's some news that goes with that. And I might cry just for future reference. And this might also mess up because Jay is texting me. So if, stuff kind of, pauses, if I freeze, but my audio is still working, that does that sometimes. But, yeah. Intro of plagiarism. So yesterday had more shitty elements than good ones. So it all started out as a good day. I'm sorry if this gets really long, but just bear with me. Because if you want to see me cry, just watch the whole thing. Anyway. So it started out like a fine day, like normal Wednesday. My car was in the shop, and I was like, okay. And then I was like, yay, I get to go get it after school. So we went and got it. And then my mom, on the way there, she calls me and she's like, your car needs a new engine. Or we had already figured that out, but she's like, we have to take it back. We have to, get our money back and whatever. And I was, so pissed off. I had to give up my car, and I gave it up. And the good news is I got this one that looks it's pretty much exactly like the one that I used to drive my mom's. Pretty much exactly the same. So that was good. And then, so I was like, yay, this is going to be a good day after all, right? I'm like, oh, sweet, I get to watch Ghost Hunters and Face Off like I do every Wednesday. And then I remember, oh my gosh, there's a surprise that they, big announcement. And Grant Wilson is one of the founders of Ghost Hunters. He's been there since the beginning. And yesterday, he, announced pretty much to everyone that, see, I told you, that, he's going to be leaving the show. And, I've been watching that show for, I told myself I wasn't gonna cry. I've been watching that show for 5 years. Pretty much, since I was 14, the entire teenage years, I've been watching that show, with Grant being my number one favorite TAPS member, and, obviously, I was freaking heartbroken. He announced it, and my reaction, I was just like, are you kidding me? Is this a joke? And, everyone's crying. I couldn't stop crying last night. I could not. It was insane. And, at first when they were talking about, oh, a big announcement that's gonna change Ghost Hunters forever. I was like, oh my god, did someone die? Did, Tango's, you probably don't know who I'm talking about. I'm like, did Tango's dad die? Because that would suck. He's kind of, he investigates sometime. I'm like, and then I thought, oh, maybe Steve is gonna leave. I'm like, nah, Grant and Jason, no, they're gonna stay. They're the founders. I'm like, they're gonna stay. Right? And, then, towards the end, Grant's like, I have to talk to you, Jason, and he goes and he talks to him, with the mics off and everything. And he's, so serious. And at first I was like, oh, they're taking a break. Grant's taking a break. He's going to take a season off. And then when they were like, okay, we have to tell everyone. And I was like, wait, are they canceling the show? That was the first thing that I can't. And never occurred to me that he was going to be leaving. Forever, pretty much. And, see Ghost Hunters without him. Hold on. Sorry. I can't see Ghost Hunters without him because him and Jason are like the best of friends, you know, and it's like kind of, for you guys, I'm just going to compare it to Smosh, like Ian and Anthony. Like, you never see them without the other guy. And it's just like, think about if Anthony said that he was going to leave Smosh forever. Like, this it seems like the same kind of situation, you know, and Jason and Grant are like the best team, and I'm like acting like he died. He didn't die. He's fine. He's happy, which is good, but like, and I'm glad for him, and he's taking a break. He's going to school. He wants to be, you know, for graphic design. I think that's totally awesome. Like, go for it if that's what makes him happy, but like, I don't know why, but I feel really bad for Jason. I think that's the number one thing that I feel the worst about is, is the fact that Jason's gonna be alone. And it's like, they were my favorite team. They were so funny. They were so good. They got the best evidence. They were like the best team. Grant always used to do this thing. He used to say like, "What the fetch?" And we always used to joke about that. And at the end of their shows, Jason, they start, you know, they're talking in the car, and Jason and them like fist bump. And Jason goes, "On to the next." Like, on to the next case. He goes, "On to the next." And they're like, "Yeah." And they do that. They've been doing that for almost 8 seasons, because they've been doing it for 8 seasons. And yesterday was the first time they didn't do that in a long time. And every time Jason does that with Steve like ruins it by saying, "Yeah, on to the next one." I'm like, dude, you're not supposed to say anything. Like, that's Grant's thing. And I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm like freaking out about this. I'm sorry. I guess I'm gonna go, so this pretty much was pointless. Hold on. Way more depressing than Toby's today. Well, he's gonna release 2, I guess, but his dolphins are so cute. He's like, "I'm gonna dolphins. Aren't they pretty?" Okay. Sorry about this. I just had to get it out, you know, it just feels better. Alright. Bless your face. If you didn't sneeze during this video, bless you anyway. If you cried during this video, I'm sorry. Peace on. Catch you on the flip side. And I'm okay. I promise. I'm just... yeah. Alright. Bitch.